Well, g'day guys, back again. So we have decided to get out of the caravan. We've been in the caravan for a couple of days now, and we're getting a bit sick of it, as we do. So we jumped in the car, we've sent it out to Litchfield. So we're retracing some of our footsteps that we did about 2 years ago. So it's been really cool so far. It's bringing back memories coming down these roads. And we've just come to the first place, is Wenge Falls. So normally during dry season you can swim here. At the moment it's got on the sign it's prohibited because obviously it is coming into wet season, and obviously crocodiles are quite prominent in these areas. Even though they do have a lot of fencing, they do look after these areas quite well, you can't help wet season. So yeah, no swimming today, unfortunately.
If I can, I'm going to put in some old highlights for you so you can see like what we saw when we were here 2 years ago, and also see how little Jada was and stuff like that.
Yeah, a little,
show you what it looks like now too.
Little trip down memory lane from way back before we even decided doing any of this sort of gear.
Like, we definitely won't be telling you what's pram friendly and stuff like that. No. We're probably talking family crap, but you know, at the end of the day, it's cool because you got to see what we've done before as well. Yeah, bit of history. Yeah,
it should be really cool.
I want to throw it out there too that most of the, well, all of the parks in Northern Territory require a drone license. This one's included. Wenge Falls in particular, you're not allowed to drone at all, and I think it's because it's so highly populated, but also with CASA, which is where your restrictions come from, there's a helipad near here. Yeah. So we've got the big one on. Yeah, this is a new lens actually. So we've had this isn't part of it. That's, I don't know, I think that's to stop the light hitting it. It's all new to us.
We're still learning, but we've learned so far that
it zooms a lot further. Yeah,
the lens that we did have is a lot shorter. It only went up to what, 50 mil?
16 to 50 mil. Yeah,
16 to 50 mil. So it did a lot, but now that we're finding ourselves trying to get some photos and things from a distance, especially today is a perfect example. Like for where you walk down to and how far the waterfall is away, it's great to have like that little bit more of a zoom. So we're going to take this down and give it a bit of a test run today and see how it goes.
Fun facts, if you're a camera person, we have a Sony A6100, which was going to be best for us doing our vlogging side of things, and this particular lens is a 55 to 210 millimeter, and it's the Sony brand as well. Not that I can tell you much more about it, but that's just some fun facts.
Makes you sound very professional.
Yes, I like being able to say that. Not that I understand anything. It goes further with zoom.
Yeah.
When we came here last time, it was during high season, and they have a cafe here. So being wet season, it's closed at the moment, so you obviously can't go there. But we went there last time and got a couple of drinks and stuff, and it's like a full gift shop, and you can get pool noodles and everything. So if you're here during tourist season, that's available at Wenge Falls, but it's the only waterfall in the park that has something like that. So if you need little supplies or you want something to eat, this is the best place to come first. Yeah. It's totally pram friendly the whole way down. You're going to see that anyway. It's concreted, and it's very croc friendly when it's in dry season. Yeah.
So we're literally like 30 seconds from the falls, but down here last time was just cram-packed full of people. It's really cool. It's like big open areas, picnic areas, you can have lunch, there's barbecues, there's all sorts of stuff. So yeah, it's actually a really cool area. They've even got their own bloody Wi-Fi. Connect now.
Just a quick Big Oz update, you can connect to the Wi-Fi. Watch an episode.
Yeah. There's your barbecue area there, 2 barbecues, heap of chairs. So here, normally designated swimming area. It's obviously closed now, so. Wow, holy bloody hell. This is epic.
I've just got to stand back to get a photo because I only brought the long lens.
You can still tell we're newbies. Sian's brought the big lens and she's trying to get a photo of something that's right there. And she had to stand back because it's so zoomed.
I'm on the wrong setting as well, so it's not even working.
Oh, amateurs at work here. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you get
literally the whole screen? Like,
I can imagine. You need a ladder so you can get back farther enough. So just to give you an idea. Don't know if you can see that, but was that fully zoomed?
That's full zoom.
So that's full zoom, and she's way down there, and it's like super clear. Well, it puts me to shame.
I got my my big one on today.
She's got her big one.
If it gets cold though,
big long one on.
Things might change.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to hold you in suspense. Because this is magnificent. Oh, it's giving me like chills. It's that pretty. Righto, here we go.
It's totally different, eh?
Wow! Is that a cool waterfall? It's very pretty. Oh, what's that? It's a waterfall. You want to go for a swim, don't you? Eh? Well, that right there is stunning. It's so cool to have already been here and seen it like trickling, and then to come back a couple of years later and see it like that. That is ridiculous. To see a waterfall just raging like that is so cool.
It's so weird having it fenced off though, like this is not what it looked like last time.
Come in here on the touristy season and there are hundreds of people.
You can't find somewhere to put your stuff, and we're the only ones here.
Yeah, there's all this room here, just in front of it. All that room, and that is full to the brim of people. It's ridiculous. Very, very, very worth it. So if you got, you bring your pool noodles, floaties, anything you want, and you just come and sit in the water. And I've had a few people climbing up onto these little rock ledges here, and then jumping back into the water. So it's a really cool setup. There's heaps going on. But yeah, touristy season, if you can get just before or just after, probably the best time to come and really, you know, give this a good nudge. That'll be my hot tip. But if you're up here and you can't help it, fair enough, you're still gonna have a great time. It is just, it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. You're pushing the pram.
You get sore on your knees, remember? It's not as fun like that, is it?
Come on.
I look forward to him learning how to do that.
So this feels like a bit like deja vu.
We even had the photo here. Jada, come in.
I was gonna say
We need a side by side.
I'm gonna drop in a photo so you can see exactly.
You can't see Jada.
Oh, hello.
We have to bend down a bit. There you go. Hey.
I'm gonna drop a photo in here somewhere and show you the photo that we took a couple of years ago here, but with a new addition.
There's only 3, not 4.
Yeah.
Look, Jack, what's that? Smiling. What's that?
So it's a little boardwalk and like literally just takes you to the best part of that waterfall to look at. I'll just show you along this boardwalk that we just came along. This is some of the precautions they put in for the crocs. So all these boardwalks, like places where there's inlets and things like that, they put a lot of this fencing up, which they can put up and down depending on what season it is, but that's predominantly to control the crocodiles. So they've got heaps of those sort of fencings around these sort of big areas, high volume swimming areas, just to try to combat the crocs getting into these areas. So yeah, definitely obviously not good for wet season, as the waters get really high and they can basically get into almost anywhere they want. There is no guarantee, it's never 100%, let's be honest. So still at the end of the day, it's really swim with your wrists, but as I've always said, the more people, the less chance you get done, so. Somebody's getting tired of walking. You know he's had enough when he starts crawling again.
Here, Jack, you sit down?
You want to go on the pram?
You sit down?
You go for a ride. Yeah, look at you go. He's like, yeah, I've had enough. It's too bloody hot for this walking and crawling on the ground stuff.
Come on then. No, sit down, mate.
Sit down. And go.
You know he's buggered. You know he's buggered when he lets you do that. Hot though. I've got a good sweat on.
Oh, it's definitely hot.
I've got like back sweat, boob sweat, bum sweat,
Oh,
under sunglass sweat.
if you can sweat, it's sweating.
Oh yeah.
I'm sweating
I think
everywhere.
maybe we should get an ice cream.
Mmm.
Because I think I might have been wrong, because we heard some noises as we were walking down. It looked like the cafe doors were opening, so maybe they are open during rain season.
Yeah, there was a guy up there rolling all the doors up, so nearly every door was going up, so I'm assuming that it's open.
If it is, we can show you what's in there.
So just as you get to the top of the hill here, check a left. It's this big building up here. Yeah, cafe open. How good's that? Happy days, we'll get to show you guys.
Jack's driving.
Oh, brrr. Sounds like a V8.
This is normally like a tea.
Yeah, there's normally souvenirs and things like that. All your information. COVID ready. The old Calypso. Haven't had one of these for a while.
Bye, Jack. I'm happy I got Zuba I'm staying.
This guy gives me Zubadubas. Come on.
Yeah.
Keeping cool, mate. Come on. Jack.
Jack. Oh my goodness.
So that's a cafe. Normally it's not that restricted because of COVID, but still saying that, you still get your ice blocks.
Okay.
Still get hot food and a few other things, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But how good's that? You can go down here normally during the dry season, have a good old swim, come up, grab yourself an ice block and then continue on. So yeah, it's a really, really cool spot. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't been up here. Oh, look at this guy.
He knows where it's at.
Yeah. Only had to stop. Only had to stop for a minute, and he's in the pram with a Zupa Duper. That's one happy kid there.
I haven't had a Clippo
Calippo.
in so long.
I haven't either.
Calippo.
A Clippo, yeah.
We all haven't. They're the best.
They are really cool. These are like things I used to have as a kid.
Yeah.
They are really nice.
And then the Sunny Boys. I don't know if anyone remembers
Yeah.
Sunny Boys.
I was only just talking about that the other week.
Yeah.
Something
They're the
reminded
best.
me. Oh, those yogurt things we got in the freezer, they reminded me of
Yeah.
Sunny Boys.
They're so good.
If you remember the Sunny Boys, let us know in the comments. I'd love to see how many people actually remember them. They are from years ago.
Show us your age.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely show your age on this one. But yeah, throw it in the comments. Really curious. So Sean's just realised that this is the national park for Litchfield and all the places to go and what's open and what's shut, which is really handy, especially this time of year for us cruising around and seeing what's here. So keep an eye out for that one.
The Lost City Fall drive track. We didn't do that last time.
No, we didn't actually.
There was either rain or the road was really bad or there was something for it. I can't remember. Or it was a long way.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Or we just still won't see that.
We'll have to do it next year. So we're already at our next stop. It's literally just down the road. All these places are so close.
5 minutes?
Oh yeah, well not even that. There's like a green ant walk or stop.
Green Ant Creek or
Green Ant Creek or something. That's literally just after Wenge. But it's more of a long trek hike sort of stop.
Grade 3 walk.
Yeah.
Not pram friendly.
Not very,
and it was a few kilometres as well.
Yeah. So. It's not very feasible for us. But anyway, next stop is Thelma. Thelma Lookout.
Thelma.
Oh, Thelma. Oh my god.
Thelma.
Thelma. Thelma. Thelma Lookout. So we did come here last time, but it's probably, it was really hot last time. It's a bit cooler this time without the bloody sun and everything else. But yeah, we're going to have a quick look and have a look.
Last time we came here, Jada was fast asleep in the car, and Chris went down with my dad, and I stayed at the car.
Yeah, it was bloody hot. It was bloody.
Hang on.
There you go.
How was it dangerous?
Yeah, it was super hot. You couldn't even walk down here without your thongs on. It was just blistering.
I hear a waterfall.
Yeah, there's a bit of flowing down here. Look at that for a view.
Oh, you definitely have to get the drone out.
Oh yeah. Primo.
You can hear it, you just can't quite see it.
Yeah, you can only just see the top of it down there.
There's another viewing deck down there, see it?
Yeah. So there's some people just down here, and there's a footpath that goes all the way along, and that's another lookout you can do, which is all pram friendly. It's exactly what we've just done, all the concrete, which is awesome for us. But that looks like that gives you a far better view of the actual waterfall and everything down in there. So.
Run, run, run! Oh, you got the drone out and everything. I guess this is why they call it the wet season, hey? It was...
Things you do for the shot.
Yeah. It was really good before, and we went to the viewing lookout like you saw, and then bam, there was rain. And I was walking down to the waterfall viewing area, and Chris stayed up the top. And it just came out of nowhere, so the camera... Well, what did you do with the drone?
Okay.
The drone was under his hat just to keep it dry. The camera is under the pram because it's the only place to keep it. And then there's one little tiny pocket here which kind of keeps things dry. So I put this camera in there, and we're run trying to get up, but like I'm dripping, so we're soaking.
You've done pretty well because...
Yeah, what?
You've done pretty well because when you were down there the first time, we had a little shower come over, and it wasn't enough to get drenched. I was like, alright, cool, get the drone back up, get some more shots, and then the next one come over, which is this. I'm glad you came back up because you'd be a lot more wet than what you are. Just A-okay, it's still good.
We hope.
Water,
What are you doing? What are you doing, Jack?
Bully or bully?
I think it's bully.
Bully? We'll go with bully. You can correct us in the comments if we're wrong. But yeah, this is literally like 30 seconds from the car park. All these day use areas. There's about 4 of them here. Look at the room you get.
It's teeming. You can hear the water from here.
Oh, I can imagine.
Beautiful.
So we just had a big downpour of that last stop there at the lookout. It's cleared up again, so it's just isolated showers basically all day today. So it's not bothering us too much. If anything, it's made everything really nice and cool. And a lot, yeah, just a lot more comfortable. Just coming up to the entrance here now.
Entry to water prohibited. Oh, so you can't swim here either.
So
it
it must
open,
be.
but no swimming. Although people are still in their togs, so.
There's a guy down here and his tog's ready to send it into the water. But
Not
anyway.
everyone follows the rules.
No.
But then I'm saying that if they've got the sign up and you do it at your own risk,
Well,
your own risk.
exactly right. You can only put up so many signs and hope that everybody does the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. We all know that not everyone follows the rules.
Do you want to see my cool camera fix?
Yes.
You can see this.
That's a nappy bag. It smells really good.
There's no poo in here though.
No,
Just a Sony.
it's a new one. I'm gonna use one. Keep it out of the rain. Should be good. Last time we were here, we had a good experience, but a sort of memorable experience.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really cool setup. A really cool setup. It's basically like natural pools, but they sort of stagger their way down the hill. So you got like 2 or 3 little pools you can swim in. You can move down to the next one, down to the next one. They all sort of flow into each other, and it is amazing. But last time we came here, it wasn't flowing probably as well as it is right now, and they had all sorts of like little water bugs in and on top of the water. And it wasn't until we realised about 10 minutes later,
Yeah.
after cruising around
They're all
and
like
relaxing,
sitting on you and
yeah, they started crawling up our legs and stuff, and I was like, "Wow, what is that?" And then we found what it was, and then when we actually looked around harder, they were
everywhere.
the whole swimming hole we were in was covered in them.
And then after that, Jada would not get in again.
No, she was done. She was over and done with it.
What are you doing? How are you feeling about your teepee?
I like it.
Jack, hey.
There we go.
Well, this was the hole that we swam in last time. So I thought it would have been flying a bit better than what we were here last time, but it's actually not even flying at all. So last time the water was coming from here, up and over, and into here. So I'm kind of glad we're not in here this time, because it's like 10 times worse this time around. The water was far higher too, so there you go. But yeah, this pool was absolutely covered. And these little things, I can only imagine how many's in there now. Oof. Anyway, there's plenty more of these all the way along. Family out there playing. You can see what I mean by there's so many different places to swim. Like, you can fit 100 people in here easily. All these little bits here, another big deep one here. It's just ledge after ledge, just heaps of them. There's a spot for everybody basically, which you can't really argue for, and it just keeps on going. It just gets longer and longer, and it's just more and more downstream, so depending on how much you want to go down, there's plenty to see. What a spot. It's so cool down here. It's exactly the same as what we were here last time, but Not as much water as I thought it'd be, but give it another week or so and this place would be flowing. But it's such a cool spot for family, the kids, everybody. You spend all day here, bring down a couple of drinks, spend lunch, whatever you want to do. Like the kids and the family down here over my left shoulder, just having a killer time. Man, it's primo down there. That's right, I said primo.
Jada. It's not a photo, it's a video.
Jada's staying the night here. She's making a tent. I'll bring down a towel to put over the top and she's got some shelter there. Oh mate, it's enough out of you. There's just a hot tip. They do have toilets here. It's like a big setup down here. Toilets, water, drinking water, all that sort of stuff. So if you're in dire straits and you're worried that you might not make it, just know that there is a toilet here, so you'll be safe.
So we just arrived to Florence Falls, and we're not going to go all the way down there. Part of the reason being is just because of the amount of walk with the weather as well, plus we're not actually swimming today. You've got a couple of different ways you can get down here. You've got this top one here, the Florence Falls Plunge Pool Walk via Shady Creek, and that's 1.1k, so that's pretty much pram friendly. It's a really easy walk, it's just a little bit longer. And then you've got the other way that you can get down there, which is down these stairs. So 135 stairs. It's a decent walk. So we did this last time we were here. We actually came up through the stairs and it's definitely doable. It sounds a lot worse than what it really is. So just with Jack today, we're probably not going to go down. There's quite a few people swimming here. We don't really want to invade on everyone else's privacy. Plus we weren't really going to go swimming today. We just wanted to come and have a little look around because we intend on coming back. So I'll just go down to the lookout, have a quick nosy, see what we can see, get a couple of photos, and Chris is staying in the car with the kids this time. See what we can see. I can hear the water already though. So this is the viewpoint. How cool is this? This is Florence Falls. But to give you an idea, these waterfalls, you can usually swim around them, and you can go in this whole pool down the bottom here. There's a set of stairs that go in here as well. And usually you can kind of rock hop through some of the rocks down here, but I can see there's water the whole way through, so I totally understand it being closed off right now. That's crazy. So it seems like even if I wanted to take you down there, we can't. In all honesty, I'm not surprised. Like, seeing that from that viewpoint, I don't think I'd want to get in there. Not because of croc safety or anything, but literally just the currents. You wouldn't be able to see into the water. Like, I don't think I'd feel safe down there. It'd be really interesting to go down just to see how deep it is, but you've got to rock hop and follow the riverbed and stuff, and to do that you wouldn't be able to. Like, there's just that much water pouring through there. It would just be really unsafe. So I guess that one just gets left for this time, and we'll check it out another time, eh? The ranger's here. You wouldn't want to be the one that tried to sneak down there. You'd probably get in trouble. Is it charging?
So we're using this camera so much that we've bought a little portable charger, so we can charge this thing on the go.
It's
so
a pretty cool idea.
That's plugged in now, and I'm filming, and it's charging at the same time.
How good's that?
Yeah.
Because that's the only downside of this camera, like the little Pocket 2. The battery is on the inside of it, so if you need to, you can't, like with a GoPro where you swap a battery, or with a camera you swap the battery. You can't do it with that. Yeah. So that's got 3.5 charges worth for that Pocket. So
yeah, it's got heaps.
Yeah, you never need more than that. It's only 5,000 milliamps, or whatever it's called.
What yeah, 5,000
milliamp hours.
Milliamp hours, or whatever it is. Yeah, pretty cool though. Considering you can't do those options.
Yeah. You
can literally just hold. I can hold this all in one hand.
Yeah. And film all day.
Still film at the same time.
Estimated to be over 50 years old.
of them. This is a real big memory of ours, especially with Jay. She's literally standing in the exact same spot she was last time about 2 years ago. But this is one of the biggest termite mounds you'll probably ever see. At least the height of it anyway. Like, they're just massive up here. This one must have been here for years and years and years to make a good old walkway around it. Look at the size of it. I don't know if you'll get perspective of it, but do you want to go stand over there, babe? And I'll try and fit this in the bloody shot.
You won't be able to. I have to go so far back just to get
There we go, yeah. Oh, yeah, righto. Just got you in it. It is huge, and she's on a platform that's even, well, that's like another 3 foot, 4 foot up.
This is actually an active nest, babe.
Is it still active?
Yeah, they're around here.
Oh, they are too. Holy hell.
I'll zoom in with this camera for that.
And actually, they're crawling on the bottom. Holy hell. That's impressive. Together they leave bold and lasting impressions on the surrounding landscapes. This is apparent by the many mounds you can see. However, only a fraction of the termites around us live in mounds. 3/4 of the termite species found in northern Australia are hidden from view. So the thing we've learned about our car is we can leave it running for the aircon on. So this situation right here, right now, the car's only just there behind us.
Yeah.
So we're not too far out of sight.
No, we're just going to this sign and stuff. And
Just a little sign here, and there's a little walkway that's just over the other side here. But the good thing is we can leave it on with a bit of aircon because it's quite humid and sticky at the moment. And we can lock the car, so you can not get in the car, but you can leave it running and have the kids in there with their iPads and their aircon going and everything else. So,
so they're comfortable in the heat, but we know that they're safe as well and no one can get in.
You physically can't open it. It's just like a locked car, but you can leave it running. So it's a really cool feature that I've noticed with the Nissan. So it works really well for us and the kids. Literally going to take us like a minute, 2 minutes, take a couple of photos, everything else. They're literally right there. We can see anyone that comes, but just to know you got that little bit of extra safety there that the car is locked. So yeah, it's a good little thing for us. Judge us if you want, but we think it's great. Slap you in the face.
Photo of that.
So for me personally, this is what comes to mind as a memory when people talk about the magnetic termites. Is it magnetic?
Yeah, magnetic.
Yeah, magnetic. So the difference between these are your normal ones. I don't know if you can see there's one over the back there, but they're really high and they're really wide and they're really they're girthy. It's probably a good way to explain it.
Girthy.
Very girthy. But yeah, they're quite round and they're big and they're built well. Whereas these magnetic ones, they're literally like almost a knife. Like they're flat.
They're paper thin on ones. Like to look one way, it's like this.
Yeah.
And to look the other way, it's like that.
So to look at it from a distance, straight down the line, you'd almost not. It'll be just a straight line.
It's just like that.
But then to go around the other side of it and look at it on the flat side, it's just massive, big sort of flat sheet.
Perfect example.
Yeah, there's one here. So this one here, it's got this. It's almost like a big curtain. But if you were to go look at it from the other side down the line, it'd be almost paper thin. So the reasoning behind that. The reasoning behind that was for the heat and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So the sun obviously, rises in the east, sets in the west. So for them to build it the way it is, the thinnest bit on either end is going to be one's east and one's west. So when it comes up and over and everything else, like...
The sun never directly hits one of those big sides. It never hits the edges. So it keeps the nest cool and it helps them regulate their temperature in the nest, which is pretty cool.
It is really cool. For something so big, they said they grow up to 5 millimeters big.
Yeah.
That is tiny. And they're creating, like that thing over there,
cities.
5 meters high. And it's not just a straight up little thing, like it's quite wide. There's a lot of work going into that. And then all these out here, like there must be thousands out here.
Yeah.
For such a tiny little ant.
I wonder if they cleared this so you could actually see it, or if for some reason no plants grew here either.
I was thinking about that there early before, because it's this grass would get so long, especially it looks like a real swampy sort of area.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like a river system in a way, in a sense, because it's just grass, and then over there's heaps of trees. So it's got this like little valley, but they're literally right through here. So it makes you wonder what's in this bit, because they're not in there. They're in here.
Yeah. You know, this is kind of a cool place to mention this, but across Australia there's locations you can go to and they have what's called the Savannah Guides, and I think I've spoken about them before. But like, if there was a Savannah Guide that worked here, he would learn all the specifics about this particular termite and the land and the plants and like everything about it and why it works the way it is. And if you ever get a chance to go on a tour with one of those guys, they just know so much. And right now in this moment, the reason I mention this is because I wish there was a Savannah Guide here right now for this area.
Just a few times we've met people like that and asked a few questions, because we've always got tons of questions about everything around us because we're curious about everything, but
we like to learn.
Just the knowledge they have is ridiculous.
They know.
They're like scientists in a way, because they have to know so much detail about their surroundings and the area they're working in, but every area is so different.
Every Savannah Guide gets an overall training, and then they get specific training to the area, so they learn everything for that place.
Yeah.
And that's what they tell you about, and it's just mind-blowing, like, the things you learn.
You see something like this, and you look at it in such a different way to what you would normally look at it if you were just a tourist coming through and had no idea about why these landscapes are here and why they are shaped the way they are and why there's only a certain amount of trees or certain types of trees. And it's just, there's so much knowledge around us that we just don't know about until you sort of have someone to tell you.
Oh, look, it's a soap tree. Speaking of, that's something I learned from a Savannah Guide. That's a soap tree.
So this...
That's so funny.
That is crazy.
Well, of all the things that could... That was not planned.
That was not really.
I do just want you to know that was not planned, but yeah.
That's funny.
This is a soap tree, and the reason I know is because of a Savannah Guide, and the leaves, they're like felt kind of thing.
Yeah, they got like a funny texture on them.
You can see the white on them. They're like almost hairy. I don't know how to explain that. It's not hairy though. It feels like velvet. And then the other giveaway is this stuff. So if you see all this stuff hanging off the tree and you got the felt leaves, that's actually a soap plant. That makes me want to pull a piece off and turn it into soap up there so I can show you how it works.
There's a little bit of water. Why not?
Yeah, I'll do it on the pathway.
Yeah, give it a crack.
All right, I will.
But yeah, that's... That really wasn't planned at all.
Oh, what the hell?
But that's how crazy it is. You can literally just look around and go, bang, that's this, bang, that's that. So we're going to bring this tree over, because Jade is always on about, that's a soap tree. Oh, here's a soap tree. She like thinks every tree is a soap tree, but she does know. But we'll see. We'll give her a real quick test and see if she picks up on it.
Oh, you got to unlock the car. Hey, I've got to show you something. What was that? What's this from?
A soap tree.
Hey!
It's a proper soap tree.
It is.
How cool is that?
In the back with me.
Well, I won't keep these ones.
No, we're going to do a quick video and show people how you get the soap out of it.
A couple of them, but I want to use the other ones to show people how to use the soap. So you might have seen we installed this in an earlier video. So I thought I'd just...
Oh, I installed it.
Oh, Chris installed it. So I'm going to use our water. But pretty much... Let's see if I can make it work. What's the bet that it won't soap up for me? Yeah, there you go, it's starting to... You can just see it starting to foam. I'm not a pro at this, I'm probably not doing it right. But apparently, this makes you feel cleaner than what soap does. I don't really know how, but...
Nature has wonderful ways.
You see it foaming up.
Yeah, look at that. Doesn't get much more natural than that.
Smells like a tree. But it'd be really nice if you put something with it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, geez, if you're in dire straits and you're that hard up for a bit of a wash.
But this is what Aboriginals are known for using.
Yeah, this is what they use out in the bush to try
clean
and
themselves and whatnot.
Yeah, clean certain things and whatnot. Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh, it's amazing. Like that's another thing too, is all the Aboriginal stuff and how they sort of utilise certain things for tools and what they eat and what they use to eat, and like they're very much the same as what we do in our everyday life, but just in a much more bush manner, I guess. They're using what's around them.
Outback Australia. Australian kind of way.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's interesting. It's really interesting when you start actually looking into this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Well, there you go.
Well, Sian's got nice clean hands now that smell like a tree.
No, they're actually not that bad.
Oh, it's not too bad actually. It's actually got a bit of a nice aroma.
It's not very often he likes to sniff my fingers.
No, you got that bloody right.
Hey, that makes it sound like I do really bad things. So I'm just.
No.
If I was to go up to him and be like, smell this, he'd be like, get away from me, because Chris is massive on smells. So the fact that he smelled
but if
my
anyone,
hand is a big thing.
It doesn't matter who you are, even if you're my partner, or it's not just me. Anyone, someone comes in and goes, sniff my fingers. No.
Why?
Why the hell am I going to do that?
Oh, that's funny.
Alright guys, well that's Litchfield done again. But it's good to see it in a different way.
Yeah.
But we're going to send it back home now. Might get dinner cooking, and we will see you in a couple of days and let you know what we're up to.
Oh, I know what I was going to say to you.
Oh.
If you know anywhere in Northern Territory, or any state for that matter, no matter where you are, if we go past something and you know that we haven't seen it, drop it in the comments, because I have a list. You should see my list.
Yeah, oh, this
it's a big list.
We're going to need a another hard drive to put all these lists on. So
anything that we've missed, that we weren't aware of and we didn't see, I actually add to a list so that when we come back, we will see it.
The best information is local knowledge, but then you've got all you guys out there too that have done a lot of this as well before we have. So more than happy to hear about what you got, locations, places to see. Drop them in the comments. Hey, seriously, we've got all the time in the world right now, and we want to see as much as we can. And we want to bring it to you guys as well, so that's even better.
If you want to see it, let us know.
Yeah, in the comments.
Alright.
Righto guys, we're tuning out. We'll see you again soon.
See you. We spend a few days at Lee and Jenny's bush camp taking in the serenity and trying our luck catching a barra. We're on the final stretch and waiting the days out now before we can cross into WA. We spent our last few days at Timber Creek and eat the last of the vegetables while checking out the freshwater crocs and giving the playground a good run for its money.